have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose, and why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of green eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jak, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jak? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crap? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? I think we're in trouble! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay. I'm fine.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go, Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it, if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer? You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? 'Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Hello everybody. What was I gonna say? Sorry. I was actually speaking, but I didn't have my mic audio on. Now, I'm gonna try and do a let's play of this. I think I'm gonna try and like complete it to 100%. I actually never played this game when I was younger. I was more of like a Ratchet and Clank kind of kid, so this is sort of my first like actual experience playing it. I did play through it before, but I wasn't recording. Like it's just on a personal file.
The most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-Graph zoomer.
And to be fair, I am a fan. From what I played. A few small issues with like the camera here and there. Oh. Yeah. Now I know what to do exactly. I need to hit that, get the fireflies. Because you get the batteries. And obviously the little like scout flies go and grab power cells, and so is the second one. You know, it's just how it works. I think this game's pretty amazing. I love the engine. I think it's aged well for like the style of the game.
Which contains the energy of motion. Blue Eco allows you to run fast, break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them.
A lot like Ratchet and Clank, to be honest. Because Ratchet and Clank was very cartoony for the first few games. It's gotten a little more realistic now. But like, it's still very, very cartoon-esque. I know they literally run on the same engine. The first 3 games. Tools of Destruction and all the way to Crack in Time, sorry. I know that uses an entirely newer engine.
It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling Blue Eco through your body.
Now, I know the story of this game. Anyway, I've seen like multiple reviews of this game, but I never tried it out for myself.
Concentrated than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of Blue Eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
I remember watching Super Button Buns, I think, literally review this game, and she sort of sold me. So I think I'm gonna do 2 islands if possible, like not 2 islands, like 2 locations, and get like all orbs. each video.
Those little green balls of energy on the ground are a type of eco. Pick up 50 small green ecos or one big green one to increase your health.
Oh. Doesn't do much, like. My biggest issue with this game is the camera. Because, well, for a fact, like sometimes the camera goes to go fixed, and then other times the camera will allow you to move it like I am right now.
You can jump once and jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
So sometimes I will miss like a jump. I like Daxter. Daxter in this game is very, very funny because of the things he just does. His little Otzel, Wotzel, whatever it was. Like the joke was in Uncharted. It's Wotzel in Uncharted, but I think he is actually called an Otzel. Could be wrong. Right here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's another thing. I keep doing. I keep going to push back with O, but you just push the button. It's my fault.
Good training, boys, but that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're, itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine.
I like his design.
Adventure away, then. And
He's got like
while
one
you're
big
out
glass eye.
Adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
I don't know why he's so grumpy. Like, sure, they went to Misty Island. They, you know, it's just how it happens. But then, he's like so grumpy for no reason. Oh wait, was this in this house actually? I can't remember if this was in this house or it was the mayor's. There's like a scout fly. No, I don't think there's anything in this house. No. It's the next location, I think, that you find him in. Like once you actually progress through the story. But that'll take like a little while, take a few hours. If not less, actually. I think some people can do that in less time. How many orbs are we on? 43. Because I know you're gonna give like some orbs to Jack's uncle. And it's like 90 orbs, same with the mayor.
Hey! It looks like scout flies are always in red boxes.
Thanks for the little fourth wall break, Jack. I'll go speak to this mayor.
Don't tell me that you two have problems as well. First I hear of monster sightings near the village, and now this. See those gears up there, boys? See them? See how they're not moving? That means our village has no power. The eco beam coming from the jungle temple has been interrupted. And boys, everyone's too frightened to go out and find out what's happened.
Did you pay the bill?
Yeah. Oh, you're funny. Now look, if you two fix the eco beam, I'll give you a power cell. Oh, and another thing, if by any chance you're interested in making a contribution to my re-election campaign, I might be willing to part with yet another power cell. The minimum contribution is a very modest 90 precursor orbs.
Oh, okay. I apologize for the way I am speaking at the moment. I'm just doing this a bit like a hobby and see where it leads, because I've always wanted to do sort of like YouTube. I just want to see where like me showing gameplay could get.
Well then,
Hello there, my dear boy.
And how many like videos I could do
In a
for
most
fun.
inopportune moment. I was to set off on my journeys yesterday, but I seem to be a spot short on the old precursor orbs. I would have pledged my word that I had 90 of them, but I gather that your young friend, you know, the little annoying, miserably ugly one, might have just pilfered them as a sort of a spot of fun. Anyway, would you be kind enough to loan your dear old uncle 90 precursor orbs so he can get underway? I would offer you a power cell in return.
Yes, sir. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I like the fact he like speaks like that, like the actual like proper British, yeah, like early British, like stereotype snobby explorer.
Hey! Little furry dude! Oh, I thought for a moment you were my
Pretty sure it was a
muse.
boner joke.
You're what?
Haven't you ever seen a muse before? It's
No.
a little glowing squirrel about your size, full of spunk, and
Nope.
crazy as a lark.
Oh, I get it. Like a sidekick.
As a matter of fact, without my muse, I just can't sculpt. But with her around, I see beauty in everything, you know? Right now, I couldn't chisel my way out of a box. I think she ran away to that misty island. I just hope she's all right. It's worth a power cell if you bring her back to me.
Wait a minute. We are not going back to Misty Island.
Yes, we are.
Are we?
I like the fact his earring, it just like hangs off his ear. Like they didn't bother to put it on like the end. Like if you look at Jack's ears, like the actual end, like they didn't bother to like put it under the end. They just put it like it just fits and it stays there.
Man, she ever come back to me?
I don't know why they didn't make Jack talk for the first game. I know he talks in the second and like the third. I don't know why they didn't bother with it.
Oh my, what a horribly sick bird.
You don't look so good yourself, lady.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were a spotted orange-bellied rainframe. No, yesterday I saw some terribly vicious creatures capture a mother flutflap near the beach. Now
I like your
there's
hat.
this poor little orphan egg sitting in a nest at the top of the cliff, and I can't get to it. If you could climb up there and push it off, I've piled some hay down at the base to catch it safely. Do an old lady a favor, and I'll give you a power cell.
Okay, lady. Aw, birdies. To be fair, right, they are quite like thingy for the time. Advanced. Despite them just being textures. I gotta help this farmer guy over here. I know how it's
Gotta
going.
milk those yak cows. Gotta milk those yak cows. Oh, it's you. Oh, just resting my tired bones. I've been trying to get those ornery yak cows back into the pen all day. Some strange creatures tried to steal them earlier. You think you could help an old man and try to get them back into the corral?
What does he hold, by the way? Oh, okay, it's just a stick. I thought it was a scythe. Because that would have been like metal. Like, fuck. Get a move on. I'm literally just committing a war crime. I'm hitting poor animals. Well, it's not a war crime, it's animal abuse, but you know. Move. Okay. Now I'll just move, my child. Move, Bessie. I actually like this. I love the soundtrack for this game as well. You see, I'm more of a sci-fi person. I'm not big on like fantasy, but like this game's like sort of like in the bridge between a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of like fantasy. So it's like steampunk in a sense. Because like you look at the zoomer later on, it's actually like a propeller. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a propeller speeder from Star Wars. Like I find it really, really cool. but it also makes me question what sort of drugs were Naughty Dog on when they made this game, and can I have some? I don't know why I'm just like my head's up the ass. My head's up the cow's ass. Literally just like, yo, where we going, mate? Where we going, brother? Let's go. Come on. I don't want cows they are. They're like
That
yaks.
lazy farmer owes us a power cell. Let's go talk to him.
It's like yaks mixed in with something else. Like they're clearly based off of a real life cow. Like a real life animal, I mean, sorry. I'll try and just get like loads of precursor orbs, and then hope I have like 2 amounts that will like go up to 90, because then I can get the precursor orb off the mare. Oop. And the one from Jack's uncle. I don't know if he has a name.
My boy, you actually
Except
got
for
those three
Jack's
bags
uncle.
back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble.
I like the fact he's like, thank you, my boy. And then snooze. As Daxter breakdances on some rocks. Ow. Oh. There we go. Oh yeah, I keep thinking when they do that, I literally think they just smash their faces into the floor. Right, I'm gonna go to the Forbidden Jungle, or whatever it's called, go speak to the fisherman. And then I'm gonna try and do his mini game, which I might have to actually edit out later on, because I'm probably gonna fail so many times, and I don't think you're gonna want to watch me fail, because it gets boring after so long. Unless you want me to scream, you know. I'll keep that in if we start screaming. I like the fact the orbs are literally like eggs. I think I said this before, but I really like the soundtrack of this game. Like it's got a very nice like it's tame, but it's very jammy. A bit like Crash Bandicoots, obviously, where it uses the jungle sounds. Being obviously made by the same people, they're probably gonna have like a few things that sound similar. Because like I sometimes, oh no, sorry, when I was playing this like a little earlier on my other file, I was like, wait, that's not Rapid Cortex, that's warped kind of like music, like the whole like warp room one is what it literally just sounded like, and I thought it was like some warps. I know how to get these down as well. I need to go find I'll show you in a minute, hang on. I need to go find the boss, which resides in, well yeah, it does reside in there. It resides in the things over there. I'll show you in a second when I get back up. Oh, there's the fisherman, never mind. I'll show you afterwards.
Nothing to talk about. Them monsters patrolling the ocean took a bite out of me fishing rig, and now they're gobbling up me catch.
Oh.
No matter what I try, I can't seem to catch a single fish in this river.
He probably stinks of fish.
Maybe it's your breath.
You think you can do better? Try scooping up river fish with a tiny net. I'll give you a power cell if you can catch 200 pounds of them critters. And then I'll let you and Shrimp here use my speedboat to get to Misty Island. You want to try the challenge?
Yes.
There are two types of good fish to catch. 1 pound fishies and 5 pound fishies.
equals into
If
6.
you miss 20 pounds of good fish,
And I'm pretty bad at
then
maths.
I'm gonna take me net back from you.
Mine is
There
gonna kill
are
you.
poisonous eels in this river. Catch even one of them boogers, and you'll poison the whole darn catch.
Oh yeah, I really love the fact that they say buggers. Daxter said crap earlier in the cutscene, which I like found funny. Because like other times these were like words I wouldn't expect in like a children's game. But like the 2000s was obviously a little laid back when it comes to stuff, as long as it's like not major swearing. But to be honest with you, I don't give a fuck.
Left! Here comes a big one! Looks like you could use a bigger Stay boy.
I have just missed loads of fish then. If I missed that big one, I would not have been happy. Ah, it's this part. I literally went to go move it as well. I went to go move it back to the right because I saw the fish coming down. I gotta try that again. The thing was when I played this on my personal file to get used to the game, I started playing until like from like around 8ish to 2 in the morning, and I completed this around 2 in the morning. I really wish I was kidding. I'm really happy with PlayStation Prestige because I had PlayStation Plus anyway, but mine for some reason was like classed as the Prestige package. I'm pretty sure that was like Nintendo, obviously, because I feel like it's cheap for now because I've got Prestige because I had PlayStation Plus and then they brought up the catalogs. Ooh. They brought up the catalogs and then oh god. And then if you have PlayStation Plus you get the Prestige for however long you've got it. I'm lucky because I've got it for a year. But mine ends around Christmas. Because I always get it on Christmas. So I've got plenty of time until then.
Here comes a big one. Hold steady.
And another thing is, if you're a loyal fan, Sony will sometimes like really, they'll like email you, be like, oh yeah, we've extended your contract. There we go.
You got 200 pounds
I did
of
that.
fish. For a couple of
I did that on the second try.
Here's the
Wow.
proposal I promised. And you can use my boat at the village dock whenever you like.
Thank you, Seamus. Wait, yeah, that's the guy, that big guy, Seamus, the fisherman. I don't know if this guy actually has a name, but I'm gonna call him Seamus. Right, where is the boss actually sort of like located? Oh well, you like come through yeah, thanks Daxter, thanks for reminding me. He has a creepy laugh. Oh, there we go. I thought I got hit. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, these. Oh my god, this soundtrack. It also reminds me of Ratchet & Clank. I know I keep comparing it to Ratchet & Clank, but Ratchet & Clank literally came out a year after, or like 2 years after, or whatever. But like, bits of the... Just listen to the soundtrack, just listen to it. Like, bits of it just reminds me of Ratchet & Clank, because that was the game I grew up with. I didn't play... Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't play Jak Daxter, I only just played it recently, like I said earlier.